Hey guys, welcome back to Ashley's Homestead Adventures. We are in the kitchen this evening, and first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get the oven preheated. So I have a couple of original sourdough loaves to bake, and then I have a chocolate sourdough starter fed, and it's ready to make a couple chocolate chip sourdough loaves. And then we're gonna get a loaf of white sandwich bread started. So let's get to crack-a-lackin'.
In other news, Missy Rescue had a big day yesterday. She got 12,000 views on a video on Facebook. Oh, little leftover snack.
It was carrots for snack time today, and Missy Rescue is apparently still digging them out of her teeth. 500. And I need to get both of my Dutch ovens in the oven to preheat. Okay, so that I don't forget, I am gonna go through, this is the recipe for the white sandwich bread. This is the recipe for the sourdough loaves that we're gonna be baking. You guys have made these many times with me before. This is the chocolate sourdough loaves that we're going to be starting with Chalky, our chocolate sourdough starter. And so it's this page, and then the bottom of that page. To our stand mixer bowl, we are going to add our 100 grams of sourdough discard. Discard is just unfed starter, for those of you who don't know. We're gonna add 250 grams, of water and 500 grams of all-purpose or bread flour, and it looks like I've got plenty of bread flour today, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, and I went ahead and subtracted 25 grams of water and replaced it with 25 grams of olive oil. I'm just trying to get a softer loaf out of my sandwich loaves, and the oil does do that. It's gonna go into the mixer for about 30 seconds or until we get a shaggy dough. Just like that. Now we'll cover it up and let it rest for 30 minutes. So you guys have been asking about our under cabinet lighting, and it is, I'm gonna drop the link below for you. That's just what we got. We are not affiliated in any way. This is just the lighting that we got, and I wanted to tell you the brand that we got. And they are VerRon under cabinet light strips, and like I said, I will drop the link down in the description of the video for you. They're rechargeable, so we just recharge them, and they are motion sensor, but there's different settings to where you can do them to where they're just on off, where you have to manually turn them on or off, or you can set them to the motion sense. Okay, next up is the chocolate chip loaves, and I am going to go ahead and get started on those. I've got my 2 bowls out, and I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put all of the ingredients in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put 100 grams of the active starter, which is this. And then I'll do 250 grams of all-purpose flour, 100 grams of whole wheat flour, 125 grams of bread flour, 10 grams of salt, 50 grams of brown sugar, 50 grams of cocoa powder. I'll go ahead and do 25 grams of olive oil and 300. So it's 335 minus 25. So 25 grams of olive oil and 310 grams of water, and then I will go ahead and mix them up, and we'll start our stretch and folds. The chocolate chips don't go in till later. Okay, here we are with the water, the oil, and the sourdough starter, and now I'm going to put all the dry ingredients in. And we mix. Now, truth be told, sometimes we get to the mixing stage, and this is just way too dry, and that's okay. Just add a little bit of water. Just add a tiny bit at a time until you get your desired consistency. All right, there is my shaggy dough in both bowls, and now we're just gonna cover these up and let them rest for 30 minutes before we start our stretch and folds. And just like that, we've got 3 loaves started for this evening. But it's time to go and bring the kids in from pasture. I've already got all the feeds put out and everything, so we're just gonna run out there real quick and bring them in from pasture, and then we'll come back into the kitchen. Hops. Hi, Days. How are you, sister? Oh, pretty kitty. Hi, Days. Hi, Miss Daisy. The sound of horses eating is one of my all-time favorite noises. I love that noise. Sounds like happiness to me. Okay, back in we go to continue on our baking journey of the evening. Oh my gosh. So I thought that I was done eating figs for the year. I thought that we had picked them all and eaten them all, and I just saw one. Right here. The last fig. I can't wait till next summer. First things first, wash my hands. I gotta get these loaves out of the fridge, out of their Benetton baskets, scored, and get them in the pans to baking. I have decreased the oven to 475 now. These have been in the fridge since this morning. Just gonna do a simple score here. I just seasoned that one after the last use, I actually had a client give me that. What an amazing gift. Again, just gonna do a simple score. In they go with the lids on for 15 minutes. So we've taken our sourdough white sandwich loaf off of the KitchenAid, put it on the scale, and we're gonna add the rest of our ingredients to it. 60 grams of butter, 20 grams of sugar, 10 grams of salt, 7 grams of instant yeast. Add it back to the mixer. Lock it, turn it on for 6 minutes. In the meantime, let's get our chocolate sourdough fed and put back in the fridge. Okay, so we discarded half, a little bit more than half, knocked it down to 55 grams. $15 grams of cocoa powder, 15 grams of sugar, that takes us to 30 grams. A little bit of wheat flour takes us to 57 grams. And we'll do a little bit of AP flour. Takes us to 82 grams. Now I'll just do, 77 grams. So now I'll just do 77 grams in water. Stir it up. Looks like brownie batter. Exactly where I like it. Into a jar he goes. Put a rubber band on him. Mark where he's at. Give him a cute little hat, and back in the fridge he'll go till the next time I need him. Okay, that's exactly what we want to see. Sides of the bowl are all cleaned off. And the dough is all in one big ball. That's exactly what we want to see. We will cover this up and let it rise for an hour. Okay, time for stretchy foldy time. If you get your hands wet, it really helps Now, I have found that this is an incredibly dry dough on this loaf, so it's okay to wet your hands extra good, and even sometimes I'll stick my hands in the water and just drip some water in before I cover it back up, just to add some moisture to the loaf. Now you're just stretching and folding. You're pulling up and stretching the dough as far as you think it'll stretch, and then folding it over. You don't want to tear it. It's okay if you do, accidents happen, but the ideal situation is to not tear it. Again, that's pretty dry, so I'm just gonna drop some drops of water in there. All right, I am going to pull the lids off of these. And they look beautiful. Decrease the heat to 450 and 15 more minutes. All right, 15 minutes later, I've been out string trimming, but my alarm just went off. And these guys are ready to come out, so let me get them out. What beauty. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay. There we go. And there they are. So pretty. All right, you guys, I'm gonna continue on my stretching and folding and working on these loaves of bread. And I hope that you guys had a beautiful day. I thank you for coming along with me and a little bit of mine. I do realize that I have grass stuck to me, but I've got to go in and out. I've got to go out and help my little girl back into the coop. She is getting better. I actually worked with her a little bit last night in walking up the ramp back into the chicken coop. And for those of you who don't know, she's my little hen that kind of has wry neck symptoms. So she does seem to be getting better, a little bit more stable on her feet. But I am still helping her get into the coop every night. So it is getting dark and I do need to go out there and do that. And I'll continue baking until late evening. But I always appreciate you guys coming along with me and stopping in my kitchen and on my farm and allowing me to spend a little bit of your time with you. So I will catch you on the next one. Yours truly.